It's more than just your output, more than a bike. When you hear your shout out, you know it's all right. Put on your magic pants and let's go. We're cruising into the power zone. Clip in, set yourself free. Come on and take a ride with me. You know what you need to know and what's it all about. Everything you need, it's on the Clip Out.
Welcome to the Clip Out Podcast, episode 459. This is Crystal O'Keefe.
And this is Tom O'Keefe. It is not a good sign when, as soon as we start talking, the dog leaves the room. She's like, I've already had enough.
No bonus for her.
Yes. I can't throw deuces because of the paws, but pretend I did. But as a puppy. Oh, goodness. So, I don't know.
I don't know
Either. Hey, we saw the Harry Potter thing.
Hey, we did. That was actually really good.
Yeah, that was cool.
Enjoyed
I
that.
was surprised there was so much plot. When we say Harry Potter thing, we mean the play.
Oh, yeah. Can you not read our mind?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, there's this HBO thing they're doing again.
That's true.
And so I was just
yeah. I'm so not into that. I'm
Yeah.
like, leave it alone.
Yeah, it was-
just the movies were great. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
So, but the play was,
Play was delightful.
I was surprised how much plot there was in
There
the
was
play.
a lot of plot.
There was
that,
a lot.
That first few scenes was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. We just sped through 4 years in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, they were throwing stuff at you, but like it was actually a good story. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So if it comes to your town, it's
Check
worth
it out.
seeing. Yeah. So I guess digging into what, pray tell, do you have in store for people this week?
Well, we are going to talk about the latest episode of Peloton at the Next Table. This week, it's the boys on the
Oh.
episode. So we've got Cody, Alex, and Adrian, Alex Toussaint. And then we are going to talk about this crazy ass story that I saw that has been reported nowhere else, but we're going to talk about it and make fun of it, that a Peloton bike allegedly started a house fire in New Jersey. We are going to talk about Peloton IQ being featured on Good Morning America. They did a little test for it. We're going to talk about the latest issues Peloton is having on its platform. Not to mention, there have been we've had some new updates with partners. There's a new one, the Longevity Show, which is coming up in June. There's the big retreat festival in Pembrokeshire that we just had. We're going to talk about when the studio is going to be closed. We've got a huge lawsuit update. I can't wait to talk about instructors in the news, who's going to be in Puerto Rico, who was featured in People magazine, who's going to be at the NIRSA conference. And then there's a bunch of different conferences, and
Yeah, it's conference heavy.
it is very conference heavy. And
I'm like, do we need a new sweeper?
no.
Conferences.
No, it's instructors in the news. We got it. We're going to talk about what's going on with Whoop, because that's fascinating. And then we've got lots of content to check out as well.
Okay, well, before we get to all that, shameless plugs, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast, you can find us. While you are there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. It's super helpful and greatly appreciated. If you would like to help us with more than just your ears, we would like that too. You can do that over at Patreon, patreon.com/theclipout, where for $5 a month, you get all sorts of bonus content. You get ad-free episodes. You get early episodes. You get our undying love and affection, refreshed monthly.
Refreshed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Also, if you've ever wondered, don't forget, you get 7 days free. So you can go over there, you can listen, you can pound through a bunch of them and decide if it's worth it or not. They're just
Absolutely.
sitting there for you, so you can check that out. What will we be discussing on the bonus this week?
Yeah. What will we be discussing, Tom?
Science, at long last, has done it. There have been cuts to funding just nationwide and only nationwide.
Well, yeah, we don't do cancer anymore.
But
Cancer research.
Science has answered the burning question about farts.
Oh, thank God.
Whose farts are worse, men or women?
I already know the answer.
The answer may surprise you. We will have that answer for you
Okay.
in the bonus
Okay.
as to who's doing more damage with the toots.
Okay.
So
Are we covering that new article that we just got?
Well, that could probably tie in.
Okay.
Oh, we
okay.
can mention that in tandem.
Okay.
We will also be talking about how your bedtime could be killing you.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's dangerous.
Unintended side effects of GLP-1s.
Uh-oh.
Divorce.
What?
Yeah. And...
Oh, I kind of see that, actually.
Yeah. We'll also be talking about all sorts of Peloton stuff. Who was at Harvard? Who's in a new relationship?
Ooh.
We've got all the stuff going on over on the bonus, so join us, won't you? Come on in. The water's fine. Also, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and then, of course, sign up for the newsletter at theclipout.com, where we will send you a mostly weekly digest of things we discussed on the episode with all the links and whatnot. And then, finally, don't forget, we can also be seen on the YouTubes. There's cameras in here somewhere.
There's a camera right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Move at it.
And you can find that at youtube.com/theclipout. So there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
We shall.
Peloton in the news.
The next episode of Peloton at the Next Table. I feel weird saying next twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't think that
The
through.
latest. The latest.
Okay. The next episode of Peloton at the latest table
Sure.
features Cody Rigsby, annexed Toussaint.
Wow, that was a stretch.
Okay. And Adrian Williams.
It does, yeah. And John Hosking is still the host.
Yes.
So here's my theory.
Yes.
I think this episode is actually the first episode that was filmed.
What makes you say that?
Well, because I edit. And I feel like they wanted to put out the most energetic episode first
Right.
of the two. And that was definitely the girls
Right.
compared to the boys. I also feel that part of the reason it was less energetic for the boys is because they didn't know what they were getting into.
Right.
When you sit down and do this for the first time, it's really hard to understand until you've done it. But like, you don't like, I know all these people, like, they talk to the public for their jobs, right?
Right.
So you wouldn't think they would be nervous, but they don't know what kinds of questions are coming at
It's
them.
a different kind of talking.
It's totally different. So my theory is they tried it with the boys first,
Yeah.
and then they kind of tweaked it a little bit for the girls. I also think the girls are just closer. Like, I think all of these guys know each other and like each other.
Right.
But I think
The girls hang out in a way the boys don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's just my take.
I remember when I was in radio, the guy who did afternoon drive on the station, I did a midday shift. He did afternoon drive. His name was Jason Mack. Hey, Jason. I'm sure you're listening.
Oh, yeah.
And
I see him all the time on the Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
He is.
But I remember when we would do stage announcements for bands.
Yeah.
And I remember he was supposed to do the stage announcement one time for Iron Maiden, and it was a huge show. There was 17,000 people there, and he was just like very nervous about going. And I was like, you talk to
It's different when they're in front of you, man.
10 times this amount of people every day of your life. And he's like, but they're in front of me. And so we ended up going out together, which I thought was funny because he was an infinitely more popular DJ on the radio station than I was. but like that didn't bother me at all. And he was like, what do we say? So, yeah.
Well, you also have never been scared about going out in front of people.
I wouldn't say never,
Okay. Besides the insane clown posse story.
but I got over it pretty early. Yeah. Yeah, there I was scared for my life.
Yeah, as you should have been.
Yes, yeah.
As you should have been. But this particular episode, they started off by talking to, they have a debate about how you greet each other on a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you land? Is it the casual nod, the full bear hug? They get into it. That's what they start by talking about. But they also talk about all different kinds of things, emotional, vulnerable. They have some vulnerability, the kinds of expectations that society places on men around being the provider, the fixer, the person who holds it all together. Another one heard about a psychological pattern he heard described on a podcast that stopped him because it sounded like himself. So like they got pretty deep on some things, friendship, what that's like. And they talked about skincare.
Okay.
And most likely too, karaoke feuds and other essential business. So that is a very high level. We've got a totally in-depth review that helper B Elizabeth wrote about
Awesome.
episode 2. If you want to check that out over on theclipout.com.
And you could also just listen to it.
I mean, yeah, you could do that too. Now, I want to point out, because we didn't point this out. I wasn't sure about it last time we talked about this. It's only available on YouTube. That's the only place they put it. It's not on any of the podcast platforms.
Yeah.
You and I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But it's a video podcast is what they're calling it.
Okay.
Which is just a video series.
It's just a show?
It's just, yeah, exactly.
That's a show.
And so I was surprised they didn't just pull out the audio, but they didn't. So
Yeah.
you have to commit to about 45 minutes to an hour on YouTube. Us adults, us olds, we
Yeah.
don't all like to do that. So that might be stopping some people.
It's funny because like YouTube is now baked into our television.
I know, but I
just
won't
like,
ever watch it.
Just like every other app. But I'm always like, you know, Hulu, Disney. I know they're the same thing now, or will be
Yeah.
shortly. HBO, Netflix, Peacock. But I never am like, let's hop over to YouTube.
No, but when
Yeah.
the kids are home, like Sydney especially, like her go-to is to watch like, I don't know, ghost hunting weird shit on
Yeah.
there. Or she'll watch these crazy documentaries. And
Or-
I say documentaries has to be in quotes because
Yeah.
I'm just like, where are they getting this? And
Yeah.
it's like they go into these crazy deep dives on like old murders.
Yeah.
And like sometimes they're kind of fascinating. And sometimes I'm like, I want to stab myself in the eye.
I mean, I've seen her watch like the interrogation videos of like murder suspects or
Yes.
people who would then go on to be convicted of murderers. But like not like a 20-minute, but
No.
the full on like 8 hours that they spent.
She's watching the whole thing, and she'll do it like when she's drawing or doing
Yeah.
something else, you know, but it's just like they just consume TV in a completely different way than
Yeah.
we do. And
They
it's
do it
fascinating.
Yeah, they do it wrong.
It's fascinating.
It's funny how it's like when I was a kid, I got yelled at for just enjoying television. And now I'm like, that's not how you watch television. This is how you watch television. Kids today, when they're both in their 20s.
I know.
Works.
Well, Sydney's not quite 20. You just settled down. All right, I got a few months left.
You got a few months.
I got a few. I'm taking the few months, okay? Because she's gonna be back at home for the summer. She's under 20. Okay. This is an important
I
distinction.
just never knew a parent that was like, yes, keep them teenagers.
Okay, yeah, I
That's
agree
the
with that.
best time.
I'm not ready for her to be 21.
Yeah. So, moving along, a Peloton bike has allegedly started a house fire in New Jersey. And I just Googled it again. There is no one else reporting this story other than the Monty News, which is for, I guess, an area.
It's an area called Montgomery.
Yeah.
Serves Belmead, Blavenburg.
Blavenburg.
Maybe it's Blaven.
I don't know.
Blaven. Griggstown, Harlingen. Rocky Hill, Skillman, New Jersey. So
If anyone's from New Jersey,
well, Nikki is. I'm sure she's probably horrified.
are these real places?
Okay, well, here's the thing. The other day, this
Blavenburg?
Blaven.
Cliff Blaven.
I know, right?
But I just like these. I've never heard of these areas.
It is real because Nikki lives in New Jersey. She's been watching for the story because I put it in our little Slack chat.
Right.
And I was like, check this out. So the Monty News, as you said, it's just a one hit. Okay. This article comes up and it says, this is how it starts. A Peloton exercise bike reportedly caused a fire in a Belmead home this morning, according to the Montgomery Township Police. Firefighters responded quickly and were able to limit the blaze to the basement of the single-family home. Now, I read the rest of the article, but that's basically all it says.
That's all it says in terms of Peloton. It really
Yeah.
doesn't even say much more in terms of the fire. I will also point out it irritates me when the article says reportedly.
Because you're reporting.
Because you're the one reporting.
Yeah.
You're the reporter.
Yeah,
Anything you say right now is reported.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Yes. Talk about redundant. And I've had my bike since 2016.
2016.
I can't even imagine what could cause the fire. Like the only thing I can think of is an electrical outlet, but the electrical outlet would be the issue, not the bike.
Yeah, I just feel like it's something like that. Like it was a bad wiring, or they plugged it into a bad power strip,
Something.
or you're not supposed to plug it into a power strip, right?
You're
Or is
not,
that- yeah.
actually.
And so so they did that when they shouldn't have. especially when like nowhere else is this story getting picked up, which is surprising. Maybe next week there'll be a class action lawsuit. That's typically how that plays out. But
I just rolled my eyes so
if
hard.
Peloton people are listening, they're like, please stop talking.
Don't give them any ideas.
Shut up.
Well, I just wanted to cover this because it's, to me, ridiculous. I just don't even understand. Like, I would need more details to have any. I can't. I'm not saying it's impossible.
I'm not saying a bike was not involved in a fire.
No, I think that's true.
Yeah, but I just don't think it was the
bike's
cause.
fault. Yeah, and I would like more details. And so until I have those details, I'm calling this a bunch of bullshit.
Until that happens, Monty News, we are withholding your Pulitzer.
There you go.
So
no
none
Pulitzer
for you. None for you. The Peloton IQ was featured on Good Morning America.
Yeah, they did a whole test. They decided to bring it on to the show and like show how it works, test it out. Yeah. What benefits are they getting for it? And then they compared the AI training options, and of course, Peloton did great. I mean, because why would it not? But
and it burst into flames.
It did not. It did not.
And burned down the Good Morning America set, reportedly.
You know, it's so funny. I use this little tool that covers, like, it'll take our entire video and then cut it up into little shorts, but it doesn't understand your sarcasm. So
it'll turn that into the headline.
It will.
Good Morning America set burned to the ground.
It will.
This is your lead story. You have an exclusive.
And I'm always like, no. That's just Tom. Yeah. You need a Tom filter on that.
We need a special AI filter to just ignore Tom. Human beings know to do it. But AI is just not quite there yet.
Not there yet.
Get with it, Sam Altman.
That's when we have to really worry, when AI can understand your humor. Then we all are in so much trouble.
Because for the most part, people can't.
But yeah, this is, first of all, it's just great for Peloton to be featured on Good Morning America. Again, it's been a little bit, but they've been featured many times. And it was a very positive review, and it's great that they tested it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So Android users are having some issues logging into the Just Work Out feature.
Yeah, they're having issues logging a Just Workout, not logging in.
Oh, you know what? I even have that written here properly.
I know
but
you
I
do.
said it improperly.
I know. I was correcting.
One more thing to confuse AI.
It is.
Yeah.
So the issue is that when they go to say Just Work Out, it's not logging the distance. So like, let's say you're outside doing a walk, it's not taking that distance into account, which is a very big deal.
Yeah.
If you're tracking everything through Peloton.
Or you're in a challenge or something.
Yeah, it's upsetting, man.
Yeah.
It's super upsetting. And so I've been seeing some comments about that. The other issue that has occurred, this is not just on Android, but users are experiencing intermittent failures when they start classes from stacks on the web. And so it's causing classes to be removed from the user's stack. So that's really upsetting.
Yeah, that seems like an ungood thing to occur.
Yeah. Super technical term.
Peloton has partnered with the Longevity Show in the London.
Yeah. There's going to be several live workouts there, and Peloton is going to be there. Leanne is going to be there. This is going to happen in June. It has been confirmed that it's June 26th and 27th at the Tobacco Dock.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. The Longevity Show is at the Tobacco Dock. Those two things seem...
Well, it's not like America has anything to stand on for when it comes to irony these days. So I don't know that we can say that.
Yeah.
But we're confused.
Yes.
A little bit confused. But you can also get a special discount for tickets if you want to go to this show.
Yeah.
You can use code Peloton20TLS. And we've got an article about it. We've got the link to it.
Yeah.
So you can go and check that out. But clearly, Peloton is all about going to the shows this year. They're everywhere.
They are everywhere because they will also be at the Big Retreat Festival in Pembrokeshire. Is that by chance in the United Kingdom?
It's
Pembrokeshire?
It's in Wales.
I feel like I could meet a hobbit there.
It's in Wales. So wherever Wales is, that's where they're going to be. And we are going to have Bradley Rose.
Yeah.
Brad. No one calls him Brad.
I
That's
know.
so weird that I said Brad.
You guys are tight like that.
I know. Yeah,
Oh,
he and
what's
I
up,
were
Brad?
so close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Aldis and Jocelyn Thompson Rule. So they're all going. This particular festival takes place May 22nd through May 25th. With all three instructors being there, you're going to be able to meet and greet, probably
Yeah.
take some classes with them.
Yeah.
They are going to have wellness talks, high energy classes, and apparently there's a beautiful national park there, Pembrokeshire. And that is in the UK.
It's a national shire.
We have the link and how to get the tickets because we have an article about the whole thing, so you're able to check all that out.
So both PSNY and PSL are closed?
But different dates.
Different dates,
So
okay.
PSNY is closed April 9th through the 15th.
Okay.
And then PSL is closed on April 17th.
Okay.
So they're
Because of the metric system.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
that's
makes
totally
sense.
It. So yeah, there's not going to be any classes. You can't go and get those classes because there are no classes
There's
to be
no
gotten.
one there to do it.
Yeah.
If you turn on your screen, it'll just be dark for the entire week.
Exactly.
It'll just be
Yeah.
one lone spotlight on a bike in the studio, even if it's a tread class.
Hey, remember that time they accidentally put the feed out?
They left the feed on,
Whoops.
and you could see who was it? Someone was like, it was like someone practicing on a modality that they had never done before.
Yeah, those were weird times.
Yeah, we're like, do you know you left the feed on?
Yeah.
Peloton in court.
Longtime listeners might recall the bike rust lawsuit,
Rustgate.
and it has been officially dismissed.
I mean, am I imagining this, or I thought this had already been done years
I don't know.
ago?
Well, there was like a guy at the very beginning who was claiming his bike rusted.
Well,
that-
that never even made it to a real lawsuit. Like
Yeah.
that guy was a joke.
Because we were just like, this is complete bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it just kind of went away.
It did go away.
Yeah.
But
Because
yeah,
wasn't Foley like, thank you for doing that?
no comment. That's the kind of stuff we're not supposed to say.
Oh, sorry. I mean, it's been long enough. What's he going to do?
Well-
Not send us a free rug?
He doesn't work there anymore.
Oh.
Our NDA for that issue has been cleared.
Okay. But yeah, we were just like, there's no way that this is real. But then something else popped back up, and
There
was,
there have been issues with that they had like a lawsuit about, and people have had rust issues, and typically there are extenuating circumstances. I'm not saying every single case, but like if you
Yeah.
live next to the ocean, especially if you use your bike outdoors.
Yeah, a lot of people, if you don't live like in Florida, you might not realize, but like a lot of people, they put it in their garage.
or like their sun porch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people have like covered porches.
Yeah, but there's no like climate control there. So like over time, but yeah, these weren't designed to be outdoor equipment.
No, but I mean, my 2016 bike, which I had sold during the pandemic when I got my Bike Plus, it was like in perfect, pristine condition. It had nothing on it.
Yeah.
I will also say there are people that sweat a lot more than I do.
That's true.
And especially if it gets in the welds, then that can cause issues. But people will often use towels and things like that, like on the middle of their bike to kind
Yeah.
of catch it. In fact, there's even a third party creator out there. I can't remember what their name is, but they have like one that you can put it over it, like a sweat towel that soaks
Right.
it all up,
Yeah.
which I recommend for people that sweat enough to bother.
Yeah.
I'm like excited when I have a few drops of sweat on the ground around my bike. Like I did something, because usually I don't sweat enough that it drips off of me. I
Right.
sweat, but it doesn't. But like some people have puddles, man.
Right.
I remember not too long ago when they had the 2-hour Power Zone ride in the studio and they showed the floor afterwards. And like between Christian Vandeveld and Matt Wilpers and
Yeah.
all the other people in the studio, there was like a lake on the floor. It was disgusting. It would not happen in my house.
Yeah.
Like I don't, that's not enough. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So
I'm not adding to the equation, as
No.
we all know.
we do know.
Yeah.
We do.
So, but anyway, this lawsuit has finally been put behind us.
It has no more Rustgate.
Yes.
Dismissed. We can all move on. It is not Project Tin Man, as they alleged. They said it was a cover-up. It was a Project Tin Man. That's so insane.
When we all know it was a Project Scarecrow. Speaking of moving on, we shall do that as well. And coming up after this, we will have instructors in the news. We'll talk about the Me, Myself, and I Festival, who was featured in People magazine, and even more conference updates. So stick around.
Instructors in the news.
Robin Arzan and Camila Ramon are going to be at the Me, Myself, and I Festival in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, April 11th, so coming up this weekend, and that Peloton is participating in. It's a full-day event that goes from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's going to be short classes. They're going to be 10 to 30 minutes across 5 different zones with 18 different trainers and special guests leading 23 sessions throughout the day. So that is really cool.
It's a 23 and Me and Myself and I Festival.
Yes. So Robin is leading 2 different classes and Camila is leading 2 different classes. And you can also get your tickets. We've got all of the links and all the things at the article online.
Rebecca Kennedy was featured in People magazine.
She was, and specifically to talk about menopause and coverage and like how the magazine itself was talking about how menopause is having a moment when it comes to exercise classes. And Rebecca Kennedy was specifically the person who was kind of repping Peloton and their coverage of it.
Well, hopefully it's not a moment.
I mean,
because there will always be more people in menopause.
You know, you'd think that it wouldn't just be a moment, Tom.
There's
but
a never-ending supply
and yet
of the menopausal.
I am almost 50 years old, and I was just listening to 2 women talk on a show yesterday that didn't know the difference between perimenopause and menopause on television, and it was a news program. So is it really crazy to think that this could be just a moment? I mean, I would like to think that we are really educating people, but truly, I can't tell you how many people don't even get the difference between that. And that's women. These were 2 women having this conversation. It's no one's fault. It's a lack of education.
Yeah.
And so I don't say that in a way to be mean to those people. I say it because it's shocking. It's shocking.
I think science will be able to focus on this now that they finally resolved the fart issue that we will be addressing in bonus.
Okay.
So
okay. Now that we've got that out of the way.
We've put this behind us. We know whose farts are worse, and we can finally focus on less important matters like the menopause.
Well, congrats to Rebecca Kennedy for being covered in People magazine and being
I'm sure
included.
she's very happy that we're discussing fart science during her segment.
She probably will be less excited to know about the next thing that I was going to say, which is that, surprisingly, people have had a huge issue with who got picked for this. They are very upset that Rebecca is not, and this is quotes and not my quote, not old enough to have gone through menopause. She doesn't know what she's talking about, and it's not fair. Like, there are women saying that. Okay, last I checked, none of us were Rebecca Kennedy's doctors.
Yeah.
So we don't actually know her status.
Because there's a wide age range
Huge.
when perimenopause can start.
Yeah, like some women start perimenopause in their 30s, and you can still get pregnant in the middle of perimenopause. It's rare. I mean, relatively speaking, statistically, but it does happen.
Right.
It does happen. And so there's a big difference between perimenopause and menopause, but the same exercises would be helpful for both.
Right.
And also, she's going to be 40 next year. I started my perimenopause in my late 30s. Like, so I don't know whether she is or whether she isn't, but she's also a certified personal trainer.
Right.
She can still have the education, whether she's gone through menopause or not.
Right.
I would love to see a Susie Chan or Jocelyn Thompson Rule or Christine to be featured because they've been talking about this longer. That's my opinion.
My urologist is a woman.
What?
I don't know how to break it to you, but she does not have a prostate.
And I mean, and listen, when I go to a gynecologist, I only go to a woman.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the way some men make me feel very uncomfortable in doctor's offices. But I am not saying they can't know the medical.
Right.
But I also don't think they take women seriously as women typically do.
Yeah.
So but to say that like somebody can't talk about this because they haven't gone through it, I don't know. Like I said, I would have liked to have seen other instructors featured just because they've been consistently pushing this programming for a very long time.
Yes.
But I don't know that it's fair to say this about Rebecca. And a lot of people got real upset at the people who dared to speak their minds. Like, it was ugly in the comments. It was ugly.
Ugly comments on the internet?
I know. It's real crazy.
What a strange and unique occurrence. Logan Aldridge is going to lead a conference workout at the NIRSA 2026 Conference Festival Meeting Extravaganza.
It happened already. April 7th through 10th. Oh, wait. It started.
Apology accepted.
My bad. It's another one that we are seeing Precor and Peloton team up. But they're also going to have Logan there to lead the workout, to show people what the different equipment can do, what the possibilities are, and that's pretty cool. And so this particular conference is about collegiate recreation. That's what this one focuses on. So hopefully, go Peloton, go Precor, go sell some shit.
You get them young.
That's right.
Get them young, and that's just what they use.
As they won't change their deodorant for 40 years.
I have not. Thank you very much. That's why they do that, though. It's crazy. Like, I remember when I was in college, the fraternity I was in, Gillette dropped off a bunch of razors that had our letters on them, and we all took them home. And here we are, 40 years later, damn close. I still use Gillette.
Still use it.
Still use it.
Got to have the matching deodorant. Got to have the matching shaving cream. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Brian will be like that, only he'll do it for the bro stuff.
With Old Spice.
Old Spice.
Which is
so funny.
Which when back then, when I was using Gillette, Old Spice was for old men.
Yep.
There was like one version of Old Spice. It was on the very top shelf, all by its lonesome.
When my grandpa passed away when I was like 6 on my mom's side, and they lived in an old farmhouse in this very small town in rural Missouri, and they literally had a cow farm. Like, it was out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I remember going down to the basement where I guess my grandpa got ready by himself. That's a whole different conversation because my grandma was not a nice person. But there was Old Spice products.
Yeah.
And he had like the old timey shaving cream with the brush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the bowl.
And the little,
pot.
you had to like concoct it.
All of that was there. And I was like, wow, this is really different from my dad's, because my dad had the shaving gel, the electric razor. It was all different.
There's been lots of breakthroughs in shaving technology.
Yeah, you got that fancy heated shaver.
Yeah. Speaking of conferences, Toussaint will speak at Conferences for Women.
It's called the Texas Conference for Women. But the registration opens up on April 8th, and the actual conference takes place on October 5th. This is a very notable conference, though, because of the company that she is joining. Did you see who else is on this ticket?
America's favorite shiksa, Kristen Bell.
She's amazing. And then Hoda Cobb is going to be there.
Kotb.
Is it Kotb?
I'm pretty sure.
You would know better than I would.
Yeah.
I just know her by Hoda.
Yeah.
I was trying to make sure I said her last name, but then I messed it up. But your sister loves Hoda.
She does love the Hoda.
And then Alona Meyer. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but she's amazing. She's the female Olympic rugby medalist.
As soon as you said the name and I was like, I don't know this one, I'm like, I bet it's sports.
It is sports, but you would recognize this woman because she does not have like a typical like super curvy body. She's like incredibly powerful and strong.
I don't notice other women's bodies.
And she talks about how she gets treated on the internet all the time because men especially are so mean to her.
Yeah.
And she's so outspoken about how much bullshit that is. I love her. And then, of course, Toussaint. I don't know who Cody Sanchez is, but that's another one that will be there. She is a New York best-selling author of Main Street Millionaire, whatever that is.
Okay.
So anyway, this is a big deal. So that's really cool that Toussaint is part of this.
Hannah Corbin's Country Happy Hour has returned.
Yeah, it's been like a year since that we didn't even realize this much time had passed.
Well, it's been pretty sad over in country music.
Well, no comment. So anyway, wants to say so much. So this is actually season 7. I did not realize it had been around this long.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel so old, but it's back on April 18th, and it will be back. Yeah.
Okay.
How exciting.
Yeah. And then finally, Jen Sherman's Dear Found Her tour has added 2 dates.
Those 2 dates are going to be April 16th in Atlanta, Georgia, and April 22nd in Roslyn, New York. So both events will be from 7 to 9 p.m. Local time. And you can hear, as they like to put it, how to navigate your post-40 pivots or talk about your back 9. I know a lot of people really love this back 9 era thing, but
Yeah.
I really don't like that terminology. It like really strikes a negative chord within me.
Yeah, it just is like, and then you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does not inspire me the way some people do, but man, people love it. They're
Yeah.
all over it. People are super excited about it. So I'm sure those will be well-attended events.
Other connected fitness.
Whoop has raised $575 million ahead of its anticipated IPO.
Yeah. And their valuation is now $10.1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. No, they have not confirmed any timing for this
Yeah.
IPO, but that's just what people think is going to happen. Whoop has 2.5 million members. It's all a subscription-based model. And they were cash flow positive in 2025. They saw 100% plus subscription growth.
Wow.
And here we go. I know that they also said, we talked about this recently, that they were going to they were going to increase their headcount by like 75%.
Yeah.
It was an insane number. I hope that I'm like a little worried about them because that's a lot of growth really fast.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just know what happened when Peloton.
Yeah.
And then it all kind of went to shit during the pandemic. Now it's a different time.
Yeah.
And God willing, we won't have another pandemic. But
if we do, Whoop will see it coming because they'll track it on your data.
you know what? I could tell when I got sick. I still can tell when I get sick before I feel it. It is
Yeah.
amazing. It is cool stuff. Like, it's really cool tech. I really love my Whoop. I am a huge supporter. And I think we mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but when we were at Peloton, I kept seeing instructors that had it, and they love their Whoops.
Yeah.
Like, it is a genuine love.
And
like a
these aren't
genuine-
sponsorships,
No.
right? Like
No.
none of them, to our knowledge, or to my knowledge anyway, are repping for Whoop on their social media
Nope.
channel. So like that's just something that they bought because they want the info.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw Ben Aldis interacting with Will Ahmed, the guy who started Whoop.
Yeah.
When he was 22 years old, by the way.
Wow.
Will Ahmed has been doing this since he's 22.
Yeah.
He's done this company from the ground up.
Yeah. It's a lot of data.
It is a lot of data.
It's a lot of
I'm
data.
impressed with it.
Yeah.
I've tried to get an interview. The guy won't answer me. I'm not Ben Aldis.
Well, I'm glad.
Me too. It would be weird.
It would make our marriage very awkward.
It would. Yeah.
Coming up after this, we got content. We're going to give you the TCO top 5, and we're going to take a look at all the upcoming classes that we think you should be considering. So sit tight.
New content.
It is time for the TCO top 5. You have told us your favorite classes, and we agreed. Here they are. Favorite strength class.
Aveen Melling nominated this class. It was taught by Zacharias Nedjetsky on April 4th. It was a 30-minute glutes and legs strength. And she said, this strength class from Zacharias was excellent. Great programming, perfect rest periods, playlist, and I love the dynamic warm-up and final stretch. Bookmarking this one to do again and again. And I did it with kettlebells, which worked perfectly.
Okay. Number 2, your favorite walk.
Alil Ballard nominated this class, and she got to be there in person for this class.
Oh.
Had the chance to take this class at PSL this week, and it was great. A 60-minute 80s walk with John, incline, dancing, singing, laughing, having fun while building endurance. Highly recommend his 60-minute walk. Having fun while being motivated and encouraged to keep going during tough times. Importance of community and some singing and dancing. And that took place on April 3rd. And it was an 80s walk, a 60-minute 80s walk, which I actually really want to take. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Like, John Hoskins, great attitude, awesome playlist,
Yeah.
and walking. It seems great.
Number 3, your favorite Power Zone ride.
So, Laura Corcoran,
Yes.
simple and sweet. Best class with Christian Vandeveld, 30-minute Power Zone on April 2nd.
To the point.
To the point.
Yes.
30-minute Power Zone ride taught by Christian on April 2nd, 5:30 a.m. Central, because that's where I took the picture.
Yes. Number 4, your favorite yoga/Pilates fusion.
Nikki Smith, a.k.a.
Heard of her?
Helper Bee Nikki. My sports bra is stuck. That's her leaderboard name.
Yeah.
It is not Helper Bee Nikki.
But it should be.
Recommended this 30-minute yoga plus Pilates class from March 22nd. She said, I took this medium spicy yoga and Pilates class in studio with Greta, and I plan to take it over and over again at home. The transitions between yoga and Pilates are buttery smooth, and this class works every aspect of your core, not your abs, your core, the kind of work that we all need but tend to avoid. The 30 minutes flies by and you won't even know she kicked your butt until the following day when you're wondering what in the world made your torso so sore. The answer is Greta. Greta made you sore. And then you'll want to take the class all over again.
And finally, number 5, a class so hard you dare not stack it. We call it an unstackable, and surprise, it's a Power Zone ride.
It is, and surprise, surprise, it was nominated by Elizabeth Schlossberg. It was Matt's class that was a 60-minute Power Zone ride from April 4th. And I feel like this is half nominee and half warning, okay?
Unstackables typically are.
If you're following Matt's year-long progression plan in the Saturday live rides, this was the first major jump up out of base building. It was a zone 4 pyramid with intervals of 4, 6, 8, 6, 4 minutes. Zone 2 recoveries between. Matt clarified that these long Zone 4 efforts are the plan for April, and that each weekend we are expanding them to, I think, 12 minutes by month end. Yikes. That's her yikes.
It's not an editorial yikes that came from the source.
He says it's a mental game. And of course, he's right. Most of us who've done FPT tests or 5 know we can do this work, get the length of the class, and the lack of the true recovery staying in zone 2 was the real test in all the ways. I actually bonked halfway through. I finished, but it was rough, literally unstackable. But no matter. My memory is short and I'm here for everything he's offering. So I'll be back next weekend. Just to clarify why I say this is half warning.
Yeah.
Both hers and Nikki's were actually a little bit longer, and I trimmed them down for the quote that I put on the socials. But the deal is this is going to increase. Like she said, it's going to go to 12 minutes by month's end. So every weekend they're going to get harder.
Yeah.
So that unstackable becomes unstackable. Like by the end of April, this won't be an unstackable for these folks. This is going to be easy peasy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Moving along, taking a look at this week at Peloton, we have new bench strength.
We do. This one is taught by Tunde, and this is the first bench strength that I know of that she has taught on the Peloton platform. I'm sure she's done plenty of bench strength in her life. But this is really cool. It's April 8th at 12 a.m. Eastern. It's a 20-minute chest and back strength. So that's coming up. And we're hoping that they're going to keep adding. We've seen a couple of other bench strength classes pop up, but they're not all making it to the collection. Just so you know, I don't know how they choose.
Right.
Or don't choose, but some of them haven't made it there. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah. We have new power yoga.
We do. Yeah. These appear to be kind of a new modality since we've had the new instructors join. And there are 3 of them coming up. One with Zacharias, one with Kira, and one with Chelsea. All of those are going to be coming up this week.
There's reggaeton with Camila.
Yes, she is going to be teaching a 30-minute reggaeton ride, and that is going to be on April 6th.
And a 60-minute walk with John Hosking.
Which it is going to be another 80s walk, so I have that to look forward to. But it is going to be taking place at 1 p.m. Eastern on April 3rd, so I missed it. Wait,
it'll still be there for you.
That can't be right. April 3rd. The rest of these are, I guess it could have been. Yeah, this week's drop at a weird time.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, cool.
Peloton's live cross-training program is almost here.
It is. It starts on April 13th. How exciting. This is, I have to say, I'm really, Peloton took feedback from people and they used it.
You sound so surprised.
I am very happy that they did because what they did is they actually showed the week ahead of time. Here's what the classes are going to be. Here's the layout.
Yeah.
And they put it on Instagram, and then they told everybody when the classes are going to drop. And so they're all going to be live. And the idea is that the classes will happen, I think, at like 6:30 Eastern
Right.
every morning. And then they're going to be able to, you can choose for your cardio days, you get to choose between row, bike, or running. And then the other days are strength, and those are kind of like built in. And then at the end of the month, we have, of course, the German program launching. So that's going to have 10 instructors instead of just the 5. So pretty cool.
Emma Lovewell's first 45-minute Pilates class.
This is a milestone.
Yeah.
The Pilates classes have been getting longer and longer, but this is the first 45-minute class that we have had, and it also features an accessory for the ball. We are hoping that Peloton is going to continue to hear people's feedback and put a little filter on accessories so we can find these kinds of classes when we want to find them in a hurry.
That makes sense.
Not always easy to find.
Sure.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier about Robin and Camila going to Puerto Rico, and Peloton is celebrating Puerto Rico with its Dale Rhythm Collection. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure.
I believe it's like, it's not Dale. Like, I think it's a Spanish word.
No, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And these classes have actually been coming out since like 23, but having it in a collection makes it so much easier to find.
Yeah.
There are already 63 classes in the collection, so it's great that they're making a collection for people to be able to find it.
Right.
So that's incredible, and lots of fun classes in here. Lots of really uplifting, great music. So hopefully people will check that out.
Peloton has a new kettlebell challenge. I struggle with the word kettlebell.
I know. I want to say ball.
I always want to say kettleball, which of course would chafe.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes. Okay. So in the month of April, the new challenge is that you can take 3, 5, or 10 kettlebell classes, and there will be new classes dropping weekly for these kettlebell challenge. So I think it's Wednesday, they're going to drop kettlebell classes, and that's how you get a special badge to be able to do that.
Zacharias has some back to basic yoga for people.
Yeah, so Peloton, when they've done this a few times where they've like posted classes that are foundational for yoga to show people how to do the different moves, really break it down into the simplest features. And there's going to be a new series of these that Zacharias is leading. And I think it's good to refresh that content. As we all know, classes do get purged off of the platform.
Sure.
And so every few years we need to have a new set of these because the other ones are gone now.
And for what it sounds like, it's probably not a bad idea to remind Zacharias that people might be new to yoga.
Yeah. Hey, Zacharias, when you're doing those classes, if you could break it down and pretend you've never done yoga when you break it down, that'd be cool for those of us who don't move like you. He's so talented, though. It's crazy.
And finally, we have an interesting AI hack for class discovery if AI is your jam.
So Claude has paid plans and they have free plans. Their free plan does not have co-work, but their paid plans, both of their paid plans do.
Right.
And co-work allows you to set up tasks that Claude will run on your behalf autonomously. And that is the basis of this, that once a week or however often you wanted to do it, it can go into Peloton, look at the live class schedule based on your preferences, and put together a workout list for you. And then if you approve it, it will then add it to your Peloton schedule. It's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I tested it out, and we have a whole article explaining how to do all of it. So that'll be out there on theclipout.com.
Awesome. Well, there are no birthdays this week, so that brings this episode to a close.
Oh, short.
Yeah. Until next time, where can people find you?
People can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Crystal D. O'Keefe. They can also find me on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and the Peloton leaderboard at Clipout Crystal.
And you can find me on Threads and Blue Sky at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon, patreon.com/theclipout, where $5 a month you get early episodes, ad-free episodes, and all sorts of bonus content. This week we're talking about farts.
Way to reel them in, Tom.
Yeah. I know what people want. Come on up.
Well, we'll be talking about this stuff too.
Yes. For most of us.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, keep
I'm running.
and growing.